What's up guys, welcome to a new video, and today we are finding out the fastest car from every country. This idea really sparked out of random. I was just trying to find cars to tune for an upcoming video, then I accidentally sorted by country instead of by brand, and then I was kind of curious. I wanted to see how many countries they were. There's 16 countries, I'll list them on screen now, and to my knowledge I don't think anybody made a video of trying to find the fastest car from every country, so I thought it was a pretty neat idea, so I decided to do it. So I had to spend a lot of time and money to make this happen, but I was able to get it to a final 16 cars. And before we start, here's a disclaimer. I did all the cars available to me. I do have some DLCs, I'll list them on screen, and there is DLCs that I don't have, and there's some cars that are probably from a certain country that I did or another country, and also could be that fastest country's car. So if I did miss any, put them in the comments down below and I'll make a list of all the cars that I missed with my already existing list so I can add or take away from. Okay, so now that's established, let's get to the video. The first country we have is Australia. The fastest Australian car is the 1974 Holden Sandman HQ panel van. There's only 5 Australian cars, so it wasn't really too hard to narrow down which the fastest car is. I pretty much already knew right away. The panel van was able to get a really good swap. I'll show you the stats. It makes 1700 horsepower, 1400 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 2700 pounds. So you know, I mean, with those stats, it's gonna be really fast. Now I'm gonna show you the quarter mile run, the half mile run, then I'm gonna show you the Horizon drag race so you can see the times as well. The next country we have Austria. The fastest car in Austria is the 2013 KTM Expo R. And there is the Expo GT2, but I do not have that DLC. So if that is faster, let me know in the comments. But with the Expo R, I was able to make 774 horsepower, 447 foot-pounds of torque, and only weighs 1700 pounds. So you know it's gonna be really fast. So I'll show you the runs now. Next, we have Canada with the 2018 Can-Am Maverick X RS Turbo R. Holy crap, that's a long name. There's only one Canadian car, which is the Can-Am. So, I mean, the option was pretty clear, obviously. I was able to make 668 horsepower, 682 foot-pounds of torque, and it literally only weighs 1700 pounds. This car didn't have drag tires, so I had to do a little bit of finesse with the tune, but it's actually really fast without drag tires, honestly. It's a pretty fun car, so I'll show you the runs now. Next, we have China with the 2001 Lincoln Co. 03 Plus. So China only has 4 cars, and 2 of them are DLCs, which I don't have, and 2 other ones that are not DLCs. And the 03 Plus had a good engine swap, so I was able to make 1,356 horsepower, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, and it only weighs 2,900 pounds. So this car is surprisingly fast. So I'll show you the runs now. Next, we have Croatia. Sorry if I butchered the name. With the 2019 Rimac Concept 2. There's only 2 cars. The other car is Navara, but the Concept 2 is lighter and faster. So I was able to get 1,887 horsepower, 1,659 foot-pounds of torque. I was able to get down to 3,500 pounds, which for an electric car is not bad. And with 1,800 horsepower, I mean, that's obviously a recipe for being something fast. And what helps us a lot, I was able to put the 4-speed transmission in it, so acceleration is already insane on top of already insane acceleration. So I'll show you what it did now. Next, we have Denmark with the 2019 Zenvo TSRS. So Denmark only had 1 car, and this is the only car it has. And I was able to make 1,624 horsepower, 1,100 foot-pounds of torque, and it only weighs 3,200 pounds. So I'll show you what it did now. Next up, we have France with the 1992 Bugatti EB110 Supersport. France has a decent amount of cars to choose by, but of course, the most notable, fastest cars are the Bugattis. And the Chiron is too heavy, the Veyron is too heavy, the EB110 has a Chiron swap and is light and is really fast. So it makes 1,465 horsepower, 1,287 foot-pounds of torque, and it only weighs 2,500 pounds. So here's what it did. Next, we have Germany. So I have two cars for this. I have a DLC car, then I have a non-DLC car. So the actual fastest one is the 2011 BMW X5M Forza Edition. This car you can get from VIP, so it makes 1913 horsepower, 1,182 foot-pounds of torque. I was able to get it down to 2,900 pounds. So SUV is really fast, and if you're playing this game from the beginning, you know the X5M is really fast, one of the fastest cars in the game. Now I'll show you what it did. So the non-DLC car is a Porsche 906 Carrera 6. Again, this car is insanely fast. I was able to make 1,185 horsepower, 620 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 1,400 pounds. This car is insanely fast. It was pretty hard to tune with how light it is. It doesn't have a lot of torque, but it was pretty tricky. The tune dialed in is really fast. So I'll show you how fast it is now. Next, we have Italy with the 1999 Lamborghini Diablo GTR. Just no surprise, one of the fastest cars in the game. Italy has a wide bit of options to choose from Lamborghinis to Ferraris to Paganis, but the Diablo is so freaking fast and nothing really had a chance, honestly. So I was able to make 1,515 horsepower, 1,100 foot-pounds of torque, and 2,200 pounds. And again, if you've been playing Forza for a while, even from Horizon 4, you know the Diablo GTR is really fast. And I'll show you how fast it is now. And next we have Japan. So I have a DLC car and a regular car. So the DLC car is the AutoZam AZ1, which is no surprise. This car is from the JDM Jules car pack. Like, who knew a Japan K car would be so freaking fast? They put a 2J swap in it, which is, I don't know how that's gonna work, but it freaking works. And this car is really hard to tune. Probably the second fastest car in the game. And I was able to make 1,270 horsepower, 900 foot-pounds of torque with it only weighing 1,700 pounds. It was extremely hard to make a hook. You gotta make it really stiff. I think it maxed out like a 205 or 225 tires, if that. But yeah, I'll show you what it did now. And the non-DLC car, of course, is the Toyota Supra, which is no surprise. And it makes 1,600 horsepower, 1,325 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs in at 2,700 pounds. Once again, Horizon 4, this car is fast, and this game, no different. So I'll show you what it did now. So next we have Korea with the Hyundai Brian Herta Autosport Elantra N. So this is the race car. You cannot buy this from the auto show. I forget how you get this honestly, but it's not a DLC car. And the regular Veloster N didn't have any good engine swaps, while the race car version did. So I was able to make 1,356 horsepower, 1,021 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 2,700 pounds. So this car is really fast, but of course it has all the race car aero, so it slows it down a good bit. Top end, you can't take it off, but I did put all the downforce to the minimum as possible. So I'll show you what it did. So next we have Mexico with the View Haul 2017 05RR. Forgive me if I said that wrong. I don't know how to say this, but Mexico only had one car, and it was this car. And I was able to make 747 horsepower, 447 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 1,500 pounds. It's really light, good power to weight ratio. It's actually pretty dang zippy. So I'll show you that now. Next, we have Spain with the Cupra Urban Rebel concept. So this is an all-electric car. There's 3 other cars that they have. They have another electric car, then they have a gas-powered car. This car ended up being faster than those, because I'm pretty sure this one is a full blown-out race car. And I was able to make 1,009 horsepower, 1,100 foot-pounds of torque, and 2,600 pounds. So really fast, really light, and it has that electrical acceleration. It doesn't have a transmission option, so it just, a direct drive through 1 gear. I was able to max it out for the half mile, so then it's just maxed out after that, just for the best acceleration. So I'll show you what it did. Next, we have Sweden with the Koenigsegg Jesko. When you think of Sweden and fast cars, you don't think Volvo. You think of Koenigsegg. And the one Koenigsegg that, you hear is the fastest is the Jesko. Koenigsegg has really fast cars like the 1-to-1, the Regera, and the Gera RS. The Jesko is just faster than all of them and one of the fastest cars in the game, period. I was able to make 1,600 horsepower, 1,100 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 2,900 pounds. And there's cars in the game with similar stats, but the aerodynamics and how this car just set up is just way faster than anything else. So I'll show you how much faster it is than everything else right now. Next, the United Kingdom with the McLaren F1 GT. There's a lot of options in the UK, like the Lotus Egevo, forgive me if I said that wrong, the McLarens and all that stuff. F1 GT makes so much power and it's so light. It makes 1,400 horsepower, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 2,100 pounds. So yeah, this thing just a monster. About to show you how much of a monster it is now. And finally, we have the good old United States with the Pro Stock Camaro. I mean, there's no surprise there. With a car that's a dedicated drag car, I mean, what else are you gonna have? It makes 1,800 horsepower, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, and weighs 2,400 pounds. Which is stat-wise, I mean, it says really fast, but the form factor is literally a Pro Stock drag car. I mean, it's really meant to do that. There's fast cars like the Dark Horse, the Popo Camaro, but obviously this car just the fastest car in the game and just blows them out the water. So, I'll show you how fast it is now. Okay, so there it is. That's the fastest cars from every country with the 2 DLCs extras. But I didn't want to talk y'all heads off, so I just went straight to the point. I know a lot of people go around to beat around the bush and just talk a whole bunch. I'll try not to do that. Let me know how I did in the comments down below. And like I said, once again, let me know any cars that I missed with even non-DLCs that I just may just completely blow over. I may have a little brain fart, so forgive me. Either a DLC car, a new country, or the existing country, so I can, like I said, update the list down below. And let me know any other video ideas videos either like this or anything or any cars you want me to tune, I'll take any information. I'm trying to switch up my content to, I know there's been a lot of drag stuff, but I kind of want to switch out of the drag stuff a little bit and go into other stuff and do different video styles. So I hope y'all like this. I'll still go to the drag tuned videos, but I hope you like this, you know, the more longer videos. Y'all have been killing it on the channel. I mean, for me leaving for 4 months and coming back and the channel's doing as good as it is now, it's freaking amazing. And my how to tune videos about to hit 100,000. Like, it is insane. Like, y'all are blowing me away. If you stuck around towards the end, thank you. I appreciate y'all for those who watched the whole video. But that's it for me. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, join my Discord link in the description. I'll see you next time. Peace.